So he's about to trim it now. This guy is a pure artiste because he's taking this big stack of meat. And he's just trimming off the outside to kind of make this into like a really tight meat rotisserie because you want it to cook evenly in all sides. And he's basically using a samurai sword. This is the meat ninja of Istanbul. And this guy, he does this every single day. 6 a.m. gets here, starts creating this, takes him about 4 hours. And this is over 400 pounds of meat. And everything that falls to the bottom gets restacked on top. So every bit of meat is used. Look at this, it's such a great portion of fat and lean meat. And this is fresh pita. This is not going to the oven until that is done roasting. So everything you're getting is the absolute freshest possible. I've been here for about 2.5 hours just waiting with anticipation and just a childlike giddiness for this to be prepared. And there's nothing I'd rather do with my time right now than watch this meat sculpture be ready for consumption. And the last layer that goes on top is a layer of fat. So that's not regular fat. That's the fat that's covering the innards of the sheep. So this thing is gonna be extra flavorful. You want the first bite because when this is cooking, all that fat juice, it's gonna be locked in. It's gonna be nice and charred on the outside. They're gonna slice it. So that first bite is really, really important. And that's why, been here since 8 a.m. for that first bite. Oh, the fire is lit. And soon, this will be lit. And he's just turning this with a little spoon. So he's controlling the speed at which this kebab is being cooked. You can hear the sizzle.
What's up?
Nice. The first cut, all that charred meat on the outside, and it's cooked not well done. This is basically medium. It all just falls into that little meat scooper, and he's putting on the bottom, and that's where all the juice is gonna drip, making that even more incredibly moist. Oh. What? Oh, can I get? Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, this is as fresh you can get. My reward for hanging around for like 2 hours. Oh my God. It's everything I dreamed it would be. That nice char on the outside and so tender and juicy. You can taste a little bit of the organy flavors, which I think just adds to the depth of the flavor profile of this amazing kebab. I don't like it. I freaking love it. I want to marry that. Is it legal to marry a kebab in Turkey? Is it? Is it legal? I want to know. Can we Google this? Okay, so I was tasting beef and also lamb because you got the lamb fat integrated. Basically, the lamb fat is just in an intimate relationship with the beef, kind of just entangling in all the crevices. Look at the bread. Toasty, warm, so incredibly airy. And it's light too, by the way. Not a heavy blanket, light blanket. Chilies, tomatoes that's been just soaked in the fat of the beef and lamb. And then the meat itself. Just gaze upon the char. Oh my gosh. You guys see how juicy this is, right? The aroma of the pita and the lamb and the beef is just the combination of it. It's like socking me in the face right now. Here we go. Oh. Hello, Istanbul. I have finally arrived. Wow. The bread is almost as much of a star as the meat inside. Slightly crispy on the outside, so airy and chewy inside. The bread was tailor-made for the meat. Like, you couldn't find a better couple. You couldn't. It's like the Ross and Rachel, the Romeo and Juliet, the Meredith and McDreamy of foods. And the crunch of the pepper and the slight sweet, juicy tomato adds that extra difference in texture. It's conjugated on the bottom. Oh man, that bread soaked it up. like a nice meaty diaper. And this is a diaper, trust me, that you actually want to take a bite out of. I could eat this once an hour every single day. The meat ninja is letting me, oh, the sword has been passed on to me. So I'm just trying to cut the charred parts off. Yeah. Oh man. That was the greatest experience ever.